Alright, so today we are going to start with Harvest Moon's little honey locust twig. I don't think this thing is growing. I don't know when it's going to start growing again. I don't know, it looks like maybe it's getting a little bit thicker down towards the bottom. We'll see what happens here in a few months. Here we have Katrinas Primrose. I think it's got a flower down in there. Don't know if you can see that. Got some more greenery going on with that. Here we have some basil plants. Probably need to repot these sometime, but I don't have a pot to put them in at the moment. I have Harvest Moon's chive. We have Harvest Moon's unidentified plant. You know, and I don't know for sure what this is. I mean, it could be a pepper. It could be her snapdragon. I don't know what a snapdragon looks like whenever it's growing. But I suppose it could be either one. Maybe a pepper. I mean, if you look at the leaves, they kind of look like pepper leaves, but we'll see when it gets bigger. And they still haven't planted these things yet. And we went out yesterday and got one of these little things. Oh, it's a little flower with ladybugs. Harvest Moon likes ladybugs. This is Harvest Moon's little thing anyway. Saying hi. Yeah, anyway. Turn it back around and face it outside. Freaky little booger. Alright, so on to the other plants. Here we have my little chili pepper. Little curlicue. He's turned all nice and red now and he's starting to shrivel. I think I could probably harvest him pretty soon, but I might leave him on there for a little while. It's getting some more leaves. The pepper plant is actually getting more leaves on it. A couple of them are still yellowing a little bit, but not as bad. More leaves here. And the little pepper seedlings I planted, they're getting kind of tall, you know. They're doing pretty well. They seem to be healthy and stuff. Cilantro, I don't know what to say about the cilantro. I don't think the little seedlings are growing. They're still green, but they're not really growing. Of course, the big tall cilantro plant, all the bottom leaves are gone now. Some of these are starting to make seed up here at the top. The little flowers. I got a new little branch right down here. Some little flowers on it already. Here we have the little tomatoes. I think they're getting a little bit bigger, you know. They're slow growing. We'll see. It's Harvest Moon's clover over there. Haven't really looked, but I don't see any four-leaf clovers in it. It doesn't matter. I mean, the whole point of having a clover in this pot is kind of an experiment because clover is supposed to be nitrogen-fixing plants. In other words, in conjunction with certain types of bacteria, the nodes on the clover roots actually produce nitrogen that goes into the soil and helps feed the other plants. And here we have Harvest Moon sunflowers. And I don't know how tall these are going to get in a pot, but you know, we'll see. It's all an experiment, really. Right here in my bedroom, we're going to start with the potato today. Potato's doing pretty nicely. He's got some leaves growing up on the top, some leaves growing on the side. Looks like he's got some leaves about to sprout out the top. And the roots are getting a little bit bigger. Look at that. Some of the roots are getting black and dying off. The other roots are doing quite nicely. Probably put some more water in that later. Here we have the little aloe vera. Took him out of his little bitty pot thing that he was growing in because he was starting to get too big for it. And I repotted him in this bigger pot. Hopefully he'll grow bigger. I don't really have the right planting medium for this stuff, but I do the best I can with what I got. Here, of course, we have a lemon seed planted, and all three of these are lemon seeds that were planted. Here is another experiment. I don't know how well this is going to do, but this is a soursop pot. I've got 2 soursop seeds planted in there, and I'm just anxious to see if they're going to pop out, see what happens with those. Alright, over here, of course, we have strawberries and a tall goji there. Strawberries, I still have one little strawberry plant growing right there. Try to pollinate these, but I don't think they're going to do anything. And I have another strawberry plant growing right there. There's strawberry growing right there. Got some new little leaves popping up there. And I've read that you can actually use strawberry leaves in tea. I want to learn a little bit more about that because I'm going to start harvesting some of this stuff, the leaves and the fruits and things. I'm going to start making my own tea blends. Speaking of tea, pineapple mint has gotten kind of bushy, and I'm afraid that it's going to lay shoots down on one of my other pots, so I think I'm going to harvest this today for some more leaves for tea. Alright, so my pineapple mint was harvested. I did not mess with this one because this was actually a cutting. Somehow it got buried in the dirt and started sprouting, and I had cut it from the main plant after the fact. So it's like a little sprout all its own here. So I'm going to let it grow a little bit. All the rest of it was cut down, and as you can see over here, got it on my desk. I'm in the process of rinsing it and placing it up here to dry. When it does, I'll crunch it up in there, and I'll probably just use this stuff for tea for now because I don't have anything really to make oils or anything like that. But of course, you know, when I do, I'll get a video of it. So here is the harvest for my pineapple mint plant. I was able to cut quite a bit of that off of there and stacked on several levels deep on paper towels so they'll dry out. Of course, when I get a food dehydrator, it'll make this process go a lot quicker. This will probably take about, I don't know, 4 days to a week before all this stuff is dry enough to do anything with it. So yeah, basically this is it, and just thought I would show it to you. Put this on top to help keep dust and stuff off of it. There we go. Alright, so in about 4 to 5 days to a week or a little bit more, we'll start processing these. And of course, these will start to grow up again until I get another harvest, about like what I've got up there on my shelf. And we have Moringa right there. Little Moringa tree. And this one, right here, this one, was actually about this tall, and then I snipped him off, hoping that he would sprout out some different branches this couple of days ago, so we're going to see what happens with that. And I laid those things I snipped off over here to dry. These are basil leaves. I don't have many of those yet. And these are moringa. I'll probably crunch all those up now. And my little mortar and pestle that I got for my birthday last week. By the way, I'm 42 years old. My birthday was last weekend. Alright. Tomatoes. Cilantro. This is the basil plant that I snipped off some of the leaves. As it gets a little bit taller, I'll probably snip off more than what I actually did. There's a tomato back there. Back. The leaves, those 2 branches of leaves, there are I think 3 now. are actually quite green. That's because they get the most sun, and this yellowish looking one doesn't get that much sun. It's kind of the way the shadow comes through the pod. I think these are tomatoes. Those are definitely tomatoes. I'll have to look at the video to see if anything's grown in there, but I doubt it. Those are bell peppers. You know, I don't know what the heck those things are. This was supposed to be catnip, but I don't think that's catnip. Goji's I covered up with dirt. And more goji plants, and I think when they start to get taller I'm going to have to actually take the thing off and redirect them outside the pod like I did with the basil. And of course my whatever the heck that is, it's a pretty little tree bush thing, but I don't know what it is. Still haven't identified it. It's doing okay though. Oh, I got some more dirt. Alright, so that's it for my plant update for this week. I'll see you guys next week.